played with Miracle for like 2 months now, I think. He had to stand out for the Genting tournament. They had Dreamercell instead standing in for them, so they didn't have the best results in that tournament, but I don't think we can really judge them for it. You know, you're playing without Miracle. It's Miracle. You know, this is a big key part of their team. So this is hype. This is really hype. I think everyone loves Nigma. They single-handedly massively brought up the viewer count of Div 2 Doa while playing down there.
5 seconds.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And I'm going up into that Div 1. And Goonsquad going the other way, right? They were 7th place in Div 1, now dropping down to Div 2. So, yeah, but by the numbers, just looking at standings, they are kind of on even footing in that Div 1, Div 2 repositioning slot. But yeah, I think Nigma the upper hand in terms of player quality, team quality, and Kuroki as his captain, always going to be someone that you fear drafting up against. As we do get our first opening picks and bans, DP and Nigma, Tusk and Primal Beast, with a Chen into Undying.
5 seconds
I'm down for
remaining.
it. I think Nigma Galaxy are a team that quite value these strong supports off the back, or off the start of their draft. You could probably see them picking some Enchantress, some Undying. We might see the Kuroki Chen come out as well. I like it a lot. I think Goonsquad taking Chen also makes sense. I mean, this hero is so contested. It's so dumb in the hands of any good team. We're just going to see this Chen be an absolute bully in the lane. We saw teams like Liquid trying to deal with it by blocking the small and medium camp. That could easily be an option here for Nigma to try and win their lanes. But going into that mid game, he has that mech, he has that burst heal. It becomes so hard to try and kill someone. If they have a Bat Rider here, they could easily stump like a lasso initiation with this Chen, and then this faceless void counter initiation. Fantastic. I really like this as a counter pick to both Undying and Bat Rider.
And the fact that Chen gives you options, like what he does in lane, you think of other heroes that do it, the Warlock, keeping people sustained. You're not committing to that long cooldown ulti to team fight. You're much faster at farming, so like you say, that mech comes much quicker. And then you're contesting enemy jungle, you're getting in these kind of weird spots on the map where you're behind enemy lines, you're scouting, you're farming, you're doing so much at the same time, while also being a hero that you don't mind dying. You know, you're still at position 5, you're like, yeah, whatever, you ganked me in your own jungle, nice, my cause of farming side lanes. I'm out here forcing you to react to what I'm doing. Then you pair it up with a Void, and you're just like, right, that lane is secured. He's got Time Walk, he's got Heal. There's nothing going to stop that Void from hitting creeps.
There's so many upsides to both supports that the teams have picked. I love Chen. I love how aggressively he can farm the enemy jungle. I love what you're saying. I love just how effective he is at turning fights around. And I love Undying. We saw last game alone how effective it was, being able to put that tombstone down and just push and just control an area, and it makes it so hard to fight into them. And the lane went so nicely for them as well. Like, Undying is such a strong lane winner. I think Chen can definitely be played around a little bit more. Undying usually forces some like shenanigans where you have to pull the waves and things like that.
10 seconds remaining.
He really forces the kind of 1v1s in lane, right? You never want to be two heroes, like a 2v2 getting double decayed, being run at by whoever the offlaner is.
Oh my god.
Classic.
A GH IO for us? We're blessed. This is a hero that fell off like so hard. Obviously you have a connoisseur of the hero on this team, but he definitely fell out of favor. I'm not honestly sure why. Maybe a little nerf here and there, maybe just the prevalence of the amount of team fight with Enigmas and Mars and all this stuff that makes it hard for an IO to play.
I think that's what it's felt like, right? With heroes like, you know, Venge and whoever else having stuns, having the ability to roam around and gank feels incredibly good. And I don't know, you're kind of pigeonholing yourself in a draft now where your cores need team fight, they need stuns to be able to play. But I do like the AA ban, I've got to say. Double heal supports on Nigma. You know, maybe add, I don't know, a Dawnbreaker in here as well. You got like triple heals.
All right,
and then Chen with your Hand of God. Good luck with that.
I would love to see some stuns. You're kind of right on the money there. I know I've seen some IO drafts fail in the past, and the teams commented and just said, you know, this wasn't, we kind of lacked the ability to make plays as a result. Because Undying wants to sit behind a core. Obviously, he wants to kind of get into the thick of it as well, use his tombstone, run in with his ult. But at the same time, he's not a Marcy. He's not going to rebound off someone and make a kill for you on mid. Io wants to sit behind the carry and help them power farm. He wants to save people, there's a lot of positioning going on here. I don't see anyone on Nigma's lineup right now that enjoys being the first one to jump.
Yeah. And I know I've been caught out by this before, and I'm not going to fall into the same trap again. You know, we've had plenty of drafts where Nigma have legit picked no stuns, and they've won games just through raw damage and being able to chase people on the correct area of the map, and finding their spots, finding those Roshans and towers. And I know that he said in interviews as well, being questioned, you know, how did you feel that draft went? You picked no stuns, and he's just like, there's more than one play to wait Dota 2. There's more that you don't necessarily need stuns, you don't need team fight, you don't need this. As long as we can find our rhythm and groove, that's much more important than just having X and Y in a draft.
I think we can see that for sure with that Beast pick. It's not necessarily the best hero to deal with these. Like, I see a puck and I'm thinking, okay, you need to address this puck. Beast doesn't really. Obviously the stun is nice, but it's very hard to get off against a puck who's so elusive and gives you half a second, if that, to kind of react to his jump in. Beast, the wind up on Raw is quite long. It's usually very difficult to get a good Raw off on puck unless he's overcommitting into a fight. So it's not the most reliable. So they're definitely forcing their idea of how they want to play the game. I will just talk about Goonsquad for a little bit here. I definitely love what they're doing. I think it's much more simple and easy to execute than Nigma's draft right now. You have a very clear objective of, we're going to Chrono, we're going to use kisses. We have a lot of team, like even outside of that, we have Dream Coil into kisses, we have damage, we have ways to team fight, we can always take a fight. That's what Goonsquad's lineup tells me.
And then with the Chen, after the back of a team fight victory, they've got the push as well, so they've got the ability to go for objectives if they do get those big ultis used correctly. Yeah, very, very different directives of these teams, right? You know, talking about Kuroki and his idea of how he wants to play the game, and Hanskin here looking very firmly towards team fight dominance. Got to be a little bit wary in the lanes, though. You know, you're looking at this IO Beastmaster, Undying +1, Batrider. It looks like is going to be heading mid.
Yeah, most likely. I'm not sure what offlaner right now. I mean, a lot of good ones got banned out. There's still that Mars if you want to just really full on go into team fight. This is an S4.
Yeah.
What does he want?
See, that's the thing. I was looking at this and wondering, you know, do they go for like a Lycan or something? But then it's S4. He's more of a Centaur DK. He's like the Blink Stun initiator. And Dawnbreaker's going to be the one for him.
Right? Seems fine. Seems good. You have the coil into Dawnal at any point. It's going to allow them to just globally be able to apply that pressure. You have a lot of range on your spells as well. If Limp is alone, right, and his team's behind him far off, you have the kisses, you have the Dawnal that's just going to allow you to connect in that nice way. So they do have a lot of kill threat there that I think Nigma needs to be very cautious of. The Ursa definitely gives them ways to kill and ramp up this pressure. They're going to be playing super hard around taking Roshan. Like, Aegis is the key part of their lineup, and if they fail, if Goonsquad are able to teamfight around that Roche pit and stop them from getting that objective, I think that's kind of their way to win this game.
And that's what makes it so nice having this IO Beastmaster, right? You'll have Beastmaster, Radiant, top lane, just pushing that lane all the way out throughout the first 20 minutes. So that opens Roche to you. Batrider is a hero that's very good at controlling the opposite side of the map, kind of safely pushing out waves there. And it kind of feels like Nigma have the upper hand in terms of map control with the heroes they've got. That's
true. It's definitely much easier for them to kind of fight off the back of their lanes going really well. Whereas Goonsquad, I think Akron is Void, he's going to be able to get involved. He's going to be able to chrono every time it's off cooldown. But other than that, he's probably going to get his Midas or Maelstrom and just try and farm and play a little bit more safely. Probably like swing to his offlaner's lane at some point, help take that tower, and then just sort of play in that area and then let the rest of his team make the moves.
Yeah, those Solar Guardians jumping in. I mean, there's also relocate save out of Chrono. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on what GH can do to kind of work around those big team fights, weasel himself and another ally away from the grasp of that Void and the puck. So they do have a lot of catch, like you're saying, a lot of damage to dump into that as well. Good squad.
It is.
Here we go.
Prepare for battle.
I'm excited. I think both these drafts are really good. I think both these drafts have a lot of actions that they can take on the map. I don't feel like anyone is going to be sitting around twiddling their thumbs thinking, well, there's nothing we can do here. As long as both teams understand their timings well, we can see some great fights and a really good game.
And GH has accepted the gauntlet thrown down by Mind Control. The first hero to die loses. Now look at MC starting with Wild Axes level 1. So no boars up against that Chen. And pretty good to spam out the Faceless Void in lane as well. Like level 1 time walk, 24-second cooldown. Get all those axes stacked up on him.
I don't know if level 1 axes is the scariest thing in the world, but for sure a little bit later. You definitely... I've asked quite a few pros about the Beastmaster, just because he's so weird, right? There was this uptick in Axis builds for a while, where people were just picking him early, and then people would pick counters, and then he'd just go the Axis build. And then that sort of fell off, and teams stopped picking Beastmaster in first phase. I think it was like Amar on the panel at Arlington. I was like, hey, can you tell me about this? He's like, yeah, the problem was we started doing, or not weeks, he doesn't really play Beastmaster, but he said people started picking Beastmaster and doing the Axis build, and then people figured out the counter to the Axis build, and like everyone just kind of got better and better at playing against Beastmaster to the point where he's not super early pickable anymore.
Okay. Well, what is the counter to the Axis build? Just
I have no idea. You think he was going to tell me? I wish I could have got that info from him.
Oh man. Oh, he's keeping his cards close to his chest.
Yeah.
Well, Nigma wanting that top river rune. Aqua. He's going to come in and steal it. 3 runes for Goonsquad. Good start for them. And they will chase back the Faceless Void and drop him pretty low, but he's got a Chen with Divine Favor and Tangos and Sticks, so he should be all right.
I have never seen someone greed harder in my life. Like, this is the ultimate vouch of confidence to having an undying support in your lane who's just going to win everything for you. Mind Control has started with no items.
Oh, wow.
He is rushing a Helm of Iron Will.
He is as well. Incredibly greedy. And that mid lane, Sumail bat against Puck. And Puck, one of those slippery heroes, along with the Queen of Pain, who can battle against the Bat Rider, slip away from the sticky napalm. We'll see how Limp does. Currently 3 CS to the good, while Bat stuck at 1-0.
The nerf to Illusory Orb has probably made this matchup better for Bat, actually, thinking about it. Just because if you are running him down, the orb is so slow that you can probably get off like just that little bit more damage, or he might not get as far as he wants to before he's forced to jaunt to it, and then you can still continue to run him down on Bat. So we could definitely see a Puck death.
Yeah.
It's not out of the question.
Especially with his flame break, right?
Yeah.
If he's not able to get away from that range, just keep on going. And then down in that bottom lane is the Io Ursa against a Snap and Dawn. I mean, if GH... I'm saying if GH oversteps, he could quite easily die, but of course, if it's GH, so potential here for Nigma to walk over this lane once the Ursa gets himself a couple of levels.
Biggest thing is the level 2, right? We've seen it 100 times. Dawn gets level 2, Dawn kills the carry. Just need to be a little bit wary of it. They don't have any disengage.
That's why Miracle, he's hit level 2 with his Io, goes on the aggressive already. Put S4 down to 270 HP, so now Dawn will hit level 2 and feel very unsafe playing aggressively.
Well, that's definitely one way to deal with it. We'll just simply go on her first. And
Yeah.
now there's no threat.
How's she going to fight back?
Yeah. They're not even bringing salves to this lane, so any wear down is really, really effective for this lane, for the Ursa.
Just looking back up top, MC does have that helm already, and he's just going to go straight into the helm of the Dominator. He's going to have it incredibly quickly. I mean, what are we going to be looking at? It's going to be like a 4.5, 5-minute helm of the Dominator. That's going to be incredibly nasty.
I don't know how to do maths. I mean, the recipe's mega expensive. It's 900 gold.
Oh, that's true. He'll get there, though, very quickly.
Yeah. They only do physical damage in this lane. I mean, the time lock does magic damage, but you're not hitting fast enough, and at low levels the chance is quite low. So that's definitely not the where most of your damage is coming from. So this Helm Rush, very effective. they're going to be aiming for level 5 on Beastmaster, and then you just double up the boars, and they're so strong, it's very hard for Goonsquad to lane top at that point.
Yeah, because this is a sustain lane, trying to keep Aqua's Void alive. Time walk, time dilation, get out of the grasps of Kuro and MC. But it also means Chen has had to stick in the lane. Like, Pexu hasn't been able to go, you know, jungle, stag, get any nice creeps. This Frost Mage will be decent, just to give that bonus. A little bit of armor, tankiness to Aqua. He's always being pummeled by the Undying.
Yeah, they did a nice thing with their Chen. So first of all, Nigma did not block the camps. I think they might have blocked the small camp, but he's unblocked it at this point. And the second is putting this cliff ward up. It allows him to see the medium camp without having to go on the high ground to get the creep.
Doesn't have to walk up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the mana burn creep now.
Right.
Some less, or fewer decays, fewer wild axes. That's always going to be irritating.
Oh, he's actually maxing the roll. I thought he was going to get it at level 1. I guess you don't want to get the balls into the Chen.
S4 went on Miracle. This low HP Ursa, though, healed up by the IO. Considering the turnaround fight. Hanskin does have a cookie to play around with here, and S4 just charges straight towards him. Gonna try and just launch the Scatter Blast down the Celestial Hammer, but no cookie from Hanskin. Means no kill on Miracle.
Alright.
Goonsquad spending a lot of their resources. Not ideal when you've got this IO just being able to heal and sustain through everything.
I'm actually quite surprised that Mind Control is not skilling the boars. Because I understand that Chen can steal the boars and it's really griefing and you don't want to do that. But I've seen a lot of they skill it up but they don't use it in lane and then they use them to farm. Because this Axes is okay, but you're not farming. It's hard to farm with them when you're not getting mana. Right? You need like a soul ring and stuff to be able to sustain them. Especially look at him now. He's skilling his Axes, but he's not even able to use them in the lane just because of this mana burn creep.
It's like a dead point.
Yeah, and he's put 2 points in them as well, so it's really doesn't feel that good. At least with the boars, if the lane becomes hard or whatever, as it comes, you get your helm. You have these strong boars plus the creep to push the tower. Right? It's like the theory of don't go boars because of Chen steal is not super applicable here because he's still going for a helm, which can be stolen.
It's like really only for the first like 2 or 3 minutes. And Tombstone gonna get focused down. Aqua aiming Kuroki now. Try and get these bashes on him and finally lands one, and that's Kuro dead. First blood for Aqua, and maybe another one. They've got the penitence for that bonus attack speed, giving even more bashes to the Faceless Void. Just dive under tower, get himself a double kill.
Yeah. Damn, that's hella nice. The armor did nothing. He's got his helm now. You're playing into a Chen.
Yeah. But where are your boars?
Yeah.
And Sumail, he got forced out of that mid lane, had to walk back to base, TP'd there, and tried to go for top bounties. But 2 bounty runes were waiting for Limp, as that now allows him to shift down to bottom.
Park TP.
Rotation time.
What? Nice ward. That's really sad for Limp. He committed a whole TP to that. Now he has to walk back to mid. Sumail's having a very nice time right now.
Yeah, winning on the CS. 11 denies, even gets the active rune. So DD in the bottle. And now Puck with no TP, you know that Limp isn't going to be rotating in the next minute or so. So a lot of freedom to the side lanes of Nigma. To keep the pressure up. And Aqua taking so much damage from that. Just a decay. And the push can finally begin for Nigma.
You know what? At least we can say that by dying, he got all his mana back. And he was able to come to lane and use his axes.
Yeah, you know, right, but he's got a 3rd point in it now as well.
Yeah.
So he's really committing to these axes.
Oh, wow. Aqua's committing the complete opposite way. I thought into axes he might be maxing his jump, but he only has 1 point in it. He's going all in on time lock. They really want to kill.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with the penitence, they do have a lot of attack speed, but are losing a lot of his HP. We're just gonna have to sit behind his tower, which treads Orb of Corrosion. No real regen item for him.
He looks like he wants to just fight. Look at all of his items. He's gone treads. He's gone this Wraith Band. All these small skirmishing items. Usually you might see a Faceless Void go something like a Mask of Madness and then just focus on trying to go to the jungle as soon as you have to. But he really wanted to win this lane.
MC has stolen the mana burn creep, and you can see his Pexu trying to chase it to steal it, but down in the bottom river, they've got the kill on Hansken, thanks to the DD of Sumail. And Limp, expending the coil defensively, did have an arcane rune when he used it, so it's not too bad. But a little bit back for Nigma there in that mid lane. And Void just doesn't have a lane anymore. He's sat sub 200 HP for the past minute and a half or so, trying to get whatever last hits he can. And Kuro and MC just come back, batter into the tier 1 tower, throw the tombstone down. Chen grabs his creep back, trying to focus Tomb here, but Kuro has the soul up to heal it, and Pexu's dead. Aqua, level 6 ready, so he does have the chrono, and Limp's rotation aiming for Kuro, but Sumail's going to match it. Comes up top, helps out his buddies, and can keep that push on the tier 1 rolling.
How big brain is this man? He goes the helm just to take the mana burn creep, just so he can spam the axes and finally win the lane.
It all makes sense now.
And everything it's all slotting together. I understand now. I'm sorry for doubting you, Mind Control.
Perfection.
He's way too smart. And I just want to say again, Limp has tried to make a rotation that has been stopped. This is your second in a row now.
Yeah, they're just going to throw the chrono on Mind Control at this point. Try and burst him down with the puck spells coming in. It's reasonably tanky on the Beastmaster, but he'll finally relieve some of that pressure.
That's good. You're finally getting a successful move out of your puck. Makes you feel happy. It's a shame he didn't get the last hit, though. At the very least, him making these moves gives space to Hansken to go mid and get his levels, and then you're able to just combo that kisses with coil and what have you, and just give them more ways to make plays.
There's a lot of room for this Ursa now, though. Battle Fury being lined up for Miracle. And being given a complete free lane bottom as S4 and Hansken have started to break this laning stage down and think about coming in to defend mid, coming into top. And S4 can stay down here. He's got Solar Guardian to join fights when need be. But Nigma, they're starting this bulldozer move. 4 heroes at top. Centaur creep for Beastmaster. Force Aqua out of lane. And they're going to quickly go from a tier 1 top into top jungle, into mid tier 1 as well. Well, this is really where it's going to test the mettle of Goonsquad. Can they land their spells? Can they do the damage they need to? With the coil and the Solar Guardian coming in with a chain stun, they kill the bat. And they will do just that. Kiss is now launched in towards Kuroki. Undying has the solar up to heal himself, and the catapult still clipping onto that tier 1, but Goonsquad, they fight back perfectly, finding not 1, not 2, but 3 kills in this top lane.
Hell yeah, what a good setup. And this is the result of them getting these levels. They just have every tool needed. This is so easy for them to team fight. You can never commit a lot of heroes into this, even without the chrono. You see, just coil, kisses, that alone is so effective.
Yeah, Miracle under this tier 1 bottom trying to get a secondary tier 1. Not going to quite finish it off because S4 and Hansken did both come down here. But look at Nigma, right? They've got 4 heroes again in one area of the map. They are just grouping up, forcing the deny on the tower, and now start looking in towards Ancients on the enemy side of the map. Look towards the tier 1 mid. And this is all down to what you said in the draft, right? Roshan is the key objective here for them. If they can take down tier 1s, they've got so much open map space for them to control the pit.
They need this tier 1. It's so key. Taking top is just step 1. This is the next. And after that, honestly, they're kind of chilling. They don't need to force the bot side of the map. Just play up here.
Oh, Sumail, very aggressive. He's got the IO heal, but I don't think that's going to be enough. He does get the lasso off. Now the relocate out. It will be enough to save him. Limp's puck having to jaunt away as S4 charges forward, gets the crit, lands it on Kuro. Take down the tombstone, but Miracle's now in. Bit of back and forth here from Nigma as they poke and prod, but the chrono is there onto the IO and the Ursa, relocating back into his own death. GH falls, and Goonsquad, a triple kill on Aqua, gonna get him an ultra. Takes down the Ursa as they defend their mid-tier 1.
The team fight! They just keep running into it. I liked the move into the Ancients. I thought that made a lot of sense because everything was still on cooldown. But at that point, the chrono is starting to tick back up. It was like 20 seconds into it. I thought they were just going to kind of poke at this mid-tower and take it slowly. But no, they just hard commit. And Coil's not that long of a cooldown. They already had that back up. Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe a bit of cockiness there from Sumail. Not respecting the Chen Centaur creep, stunning him. Being caught out by coil and all that good stuff. But it looks like the brute force isn't gonna stop. They're just back into mid lane, another tier 1. You know, they are losing these team fights, and it's something that Goonsquad needs to do, right? Everything has been great from them. It's absolutely necessary for them to win these team fights, and good on them for doing it. But the question is always going to be there around Roshan, around the map control of Nigma. Now all these towers are down. You know, Goonsquad aren't going to be given easy opportunities for that, you know, hardcore 5v5.
Yeah.
I lost my mind a little bit in that last fight though, when I think the Ire relocate canceled the lasso onto Puck and let him live. I actually wanted to die inside when I saw that. I felt so
really?
bad. Yeah.
Sad. Unfortunate.
But they're just gonna keep going. The cooldowns are back up. We got Donald, we got kisses. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, back to normality for Nigma, putting Beastmaster on Undying top, but you're right. Just catch him with the coil kisses. Pair up with Limp and Hanskin and S4 there to secure another kill.
And this smoke, it makes sense, right? We're talking about the roast, we're talking about controlling the map. Yeah, you took our mid tower, but we're just gonna smoke top and clear out your heroes and force you out. And what are you gonna do about it? In 40 seconds, we have another chrono. In 50 seconds, we have another coil. We're just gonna be able to keep fighting and fighting and turn up that heat. They are just going and fighting and gaining so much net worth off constant kills.
Yeah, and fighting top in particular keeps them away from Roshan. Like we saw Miracle and GH just be like, well, we've lost 2 heroes top. I guess I'm going bottom jungle, farm some large camps.
I think they're very keyed into this, and they're gonna let Ursa scale instead. Is Ursa dead? No, he's fine.
He's all right. Yeah. Not comfortable though.
Yeah.
I think it's getting a little bit scrappy, and some good ward coverage from Goonsquad as well around this Roche pit. They'll see exactly where Nigma are as they group up as 4 again. Wait, are they just going to go straight into the pit? This seems risky.
No, they see a ward. They know.
They're sticking it, though.
They have the chrono. Oh, I think...
Oh, are they still Aqua TP bot?
No, he has a TP. It's okay. I just checked that.
Okay. So Aqua can come up here, but he's got to do it now. Roshan below half HP, and Miracle is going to look to finish it off as they coil and slam into the bats. Sumail getting picked off, but Roshan and Aegis claimed up by the Ursa, while Mind Control a little stranded now. Caught out by the time dilation and the bashes of Aqua, finding 2 core kills. Goonsquad not going to be too unhappy with that. Like, okay, your Ursa got Aegis, but we still have our teamfight ultis. We're still ready to chase.
Yeah, that was really massive heads up by Nigma. When Aqua showed on bot, he didn't have a TP. Like, it was not on cooldown, but he didn't have one. So knowing that he's there without a TP, they just run into the pit and abuse that. Even though there's a chrono, it doesn't matter. He can't connect to the fight fast enough. So that was really smart from them to do that and take advantage of that. And obviously they punished as much as they could on Goonsquad, but yeah, that was definitely a big mistake that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, little victory off of that, little bit of information. That's a good spot.
Yeah. Just Miracle now has his Battle Fury. I think this is a big thing. They didn't like force things super hard. They didn't go that morbid mask and go, okay, we're gonna 100% just run at this pit and do what we can. He's still aiming to scale and play into this game. You're a Faceless Void, sure, you're kind of like the anti-carry that can always win the game with that one Chronosphere, but Ursa can kill you. It is definitely, especially going later with a Basher, you always have to be afraid of the ability to kind of just die within this overpower.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Hanskin here. Kind of an interesting build on this support Snapfire. Treads drums and going into a Solar Crest.
Okay, this is the second Solar Crest I've seen in the last few days. What is happening? It was super dead item.
Who was it? I think I was talking with like Wepas and Scriff, and we were looking at Solar Crest at the Arlington Major and just like, where is this item? And then the tail end of the tournament, we saw like 2 or 3 purchases of it, and then it just died again. Like, it just disappeared off the face of the map. It seems like an item that your Chens and whoever could be buying, but they want mech, they want bigger items, they want the Aghanims later on. And I guess with the addition of Aghanim shards and a lot of these heroes like Dazzle as an example, you don't have the space and time to be buying a medallion or a crest when you want to be saving for shard.
Yeah, I think the uprising of Wraith Pact also didn't help Solar Crest.
Yeah, true.
And it's just always, because it's very expensive. It's 2.6k gold, and the stats on it aren't that fantastic.
Yeah, you're like a position 4 or 5, and you're like, I can afford 1 support item. It's like, it's Wraith Pact or it's a 4 staff. Even Glimmercape,
Yes.
it feels like, has fallen off pretty heavily over the past 6-7 months.
I've seen a couple, and they're always very effective, so I do still like Glimmercape a lot. Solar Crest, I'm unsure on. I really love it this game, though, when you're playing with a Faceless Void, the one thing that he lacks and struggles with and always has to itemize into is attack speed, and a Solar Crest gives him that. So it's a really nice way to just help like him with his issues.
And we've got the Hand of God heal on S4, but Miracle makes short work of her. Dawnbreaker down quickly.
Big bear.
It's always nice to see teams play into the Dawnbreaker like that. And you're very similar to a Spectre, right? You don't want to be ganking opposite to the Dawn because she can join the fight. So you go instead towards her. Make sure Solar Guardian is not going to get that effectiveness. And Goonsquad taking their foot off the pedal a little bit here. Like, they've got all their ultis ready.
Yeah.
Do you feel it's smoke time, go time for them?
That's what I was going to comment on. I was
Very
going to say
nice.
that it feels like they're really respecting this Aegis and the strength of it, which, I don't know. I feel like they were still the stronger team, but maybe... I mean, yeah, you were playing into... Us only had Aegis and Battle Fury. Yeah, he's strong, but if you're able to team fight and control everyone else, you're getting those good kills. Like, Batrider is rapidly approaching a BKB. That's going to make your team fight a lot harder. Mind Control has that Wraith Pack now, so your kisses are doing less damage.
Yeah, I guess they're looking for S4's BKB, which is pretty close, and that might be the signal to go. But Nigma are going to take this opportunity where we look at Goonsquad and they're reliant on all these long cooldown ultis, and they need everyone together to actually fight back. As the Solar Guardian will save up Hanskin, it's tanky, treads Medallion drum spill, keeps him alive, and allows Aqua to get a two-man chrono. GH keeping Miracle alive, and still has his Aegis for 40 seconds. Trying to turn and fight, but they've already lost MC and a two-man coil here from Limp, forcing the relocate save out. That's going to leave GH to TP back down there, and no, that's the relocate back top, wasn't it? He came down here with Miracle, so he's fine.
You know what? I think you take those. I think the Aegis is now about to expire, and you're feeling good. Your spells are definitely on cooldown, so you should be a little wary. Maybe Nigma wants to smoke up with MC's respawn, but he hasn't got raw. You also have your own cooldowns to play around. But it looks like they want to try and defend this bot tower, at least, if that's just with axes or what have you. They're not going to force the issue. Yeah, they know their cooldowns are down. This is the right play. You just relax for a little bit. Now your coil will be coming back up soon. The biggest thing is that we're thinking now about the next Aegis. Goonsquad can't have what happened last time happen again, or else they might actually just lose this game. I'd like to see some more warding happening top, just more focus around this area. You have 3 minutes to relax, knowing that it can't respawn, and then, yeah, it's go time.
That's why Nigma are the ones trying to step forward. Smoked up with Sumail's BKB. Get a bit of vision down, and they've caught a glimpse there of S4. And lasso the Dawnbreaker back into the entire army of Nigma, but with the Hand of God and BKB, Dawnbreaker gets away from them. And they're all in really good positions here, like Chen shoving out mid-wave. He's pretty safe there. Hanskin farming bottom with Aqua hiding in the pocket down in that bottom jungle. But they will relocate in towards Pexu's Chen. Aqua, he's in with the time dilation and that rewind. Trying to get away from Sumail. Knowing there's no lasso, he is pretty safe and free to back away. But it's just Nigma bouncing from one side of the map to the other, forcing things to be a little uncomfortable for Goonsquad until they relocate back, allowing S4 and Aqua to actually strike into the heart of Nigma's ranks. Sumail BKB's up here with his Firefly going, but he needs Miracle with the damage of the bashes. He catches Aqua. The Void gets caught, and Nigma very quickly jumping from top to bottom, down to bot again, getting that 10x streak out of the hands of the Void. And he was 10-0 on Aqua. That's ridiculous.
He's had amazing fights all game, and this Ursa Bear is very strong. I mean, you're getting a Lincoln Sphere, but no Lincolns would have helped you there anyway. Ursa just getting that bash off at the right time. He's just not that tanky. God, what a nice fight. I mean, this is we saw Liquid doing this exact same thing in their last series. It's just pressure all over the map, running at you, and making you feel really bad. It's like Goonsquad, they had, what, like 15 seconds left until Chronosphere? They obviously want to play around that, but they're feeling pressured because Nigma going on them and Nigma potentially giving them what they think that can be a good fight. You're getting blown up like that. when you're 1 second away from Chronosphere, feels terrible.
Yeah, it does. I've got to say, it felt like a good move from Goonsquad when they saw, the relocate goes back up top. Nigma kind of isolated. They find a go on Kuroki. But there's just the speed at which Nigma are able to, TP back, move themselves across the map because they've opened up this map for themselves. As they jump S4, the bash comes in from Miracle. A quick and easy one there with those Fury swipes stacking up. It's just that, they are ghosts. They're hiding in the trees, waiting for their moment to
TP
jump.
stop!
Yeah.
Hey, yo!
Well, yeah, get a kill bot straight up to top. Nowhere safe, nowhere's comfortable for Goonsquad to kind of sit and get ready and prepare. But we are looking at Roshan now. He's alive with Aghanim Shard. And Goonsquad have all their ultis available. Just 20 seconds they have to wait for S4. That might be 20 seconds too long the way Nigma are going. Limp's low on mana as well. I'm just going to have to give it up. Oh, this should have been the fight for Goonsquad where they really punch back at Nigma.
These are the mistakes of, I don't want to be mean, but it's like these are the kind of the mistakes of a tier 2 team. Getting picked off bot, not being grouped together. You see Nigma, they're sending heroes together as a unit. They are not letting each other really get picked off anymore. Like the problems they had earlier, they're cleaning them up and they're playing sharp. Like Goonsquad are taking fights when their spells are about to come off cooldown. They're splitting up and getting killed on the side lanes. You're leading up to a Roshan. It should be the one singular thing that you're planning around. And instead you're dying.
Yeah, it feels like the nature of being unsettled by this Beastmaster pushing out lanes, the relocate being used as a map control tool rather than like a ganking tool. Like S4 is like, I want to clear one more wave bot. I don't want to give them a free tier 2. Then he gets caught and killed. And now I've got Ursa with Aegis for another 4 minutes. As Nigma eye up even more objectives. Wait, this Goonsquad, and they had a 5k lead a couple of minutes ago, and that's all disappearing very quickly now. But when they are together, they are a strong force. Chen creeps are here, pushing tier 1. Nobody matching Nigma's movement down at bottom.
They're just gonna wait. They have this ward on the cliff, hoping that someone will come and push it out. I think they've just really been abusing the fact that Goonsquad want S4 to be split pushing lanes and using that ult. You brought it up earlier. Taking the fight to this Dawn has been very effective and really nice.
Well, now the Power Ranger TP is up top. One of them cancelled theirs. Looks like Kuroki just wanted to be the first and only one to come. Soul Rip to heal his own tomb as Limp and Aqua jump in and out with the Time Walker and the Illusory Orb. Lasso's there on the Dawnbreaker though, and Beastmaster being soloed down by Aqua's Void. They've got Kisses landing into the Chrono as Miracle's struggling to stick on a target. He's been stunned and disabled this entire fight, and Limp comes out with a double kill. S4 moves in now towards Miracle's Ursa. Does still have the Aegis as his first life is about to be claimed, but he turns and fights. He bashes the Void. Aqua has the Time Walk away. Still a struggle to fight into this Miracle Ursa as Limp looks to escape, and Pexu's going to get caught on the tail end of the fight. Wait, if Miracle gets a bash here, is he going to find Limp? Nah, the blink away.
You do not catch a puck. You do not catch a puck.
You never know. There's Miracle. He's got a Abyssal Blade in 10 more seconds. The blink and bash. Oh!
No, I'll die on this hill. You don't catch a puck.
Slippery devil.
Good escape, good escape. At the end of the day, let's be real. They're still running a full team fight lineup. If Goonsquad can ever take a team fight on their terms, it will go well for them. This Ursa is clearly a massive issue, though.
Yes.
I think the biggest thing I noted from that team fight was just the damage sources. Like with the IO heal that came out, even though it resulted in deaths, they nearly weren't able to kill Beastmaster. And going into this later game, especially if you're playing into Miracle without his Aegis, you want to be focusing him. Like, he's your priority number 1. He's the one guy killing everyone. So you need to kind of get more items on your Faceless Void. He's gone Linken's, which is quite defensive, but if you can get more damage items on him, more damage from anyone, this is the kind of the primary objective, I think, for them and how they scale, because it was very concerning.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
And what did it take? It took a buyback on the IO, and that was it for Nigma to kind of swing that fight. Like, it looked looks a little bit dicey with a really nice Chrono there from Aqua. But then as it extends out, Miracle, this he's tanky, but he's also doing so much overwhelming amounts of damage. And pretty soon, if they spot it, he'll have a DD rune to take it into the next team fight.
Definitely what's nice is they can just kill everyone around the Ursa and then kite him out. You're playing a Puck Faceless Void. Obviously, they picked like these heroes and... sorry, I was gonna say, of course they picked Ursa into them, because if he does get his hands on them, if he can get that Abyssal off, or if there's any kind of stun, he can burst them very easily. But yeah, it is still a two-way matchup. And if they can kill the rest and jump away, like Miracle can get kited down. Potentially. We haven't seen it yet, so I'm not sure if it's real.
Yes, the potential is there. Made a little bit more difficult now. He's got that shard, so even more enrages for Miracle to play around. They're just toppling out these tier 2 towers now. As the Aegis finally gets reclaimed.
The countdown begins. 3 minutes. And then Roche can spawn. This time, Goonsquad. Will they contest the Roche pit?
Well, they've got all the green lights now, so it feels like they want a team fight now and for the Roshan in 3 minutes.
Yes. I think the worst thing that could happen for them is that in around 2 minutes time, Nigma force a fight where they have to use Chrono and stuff, and it makes their Roche fight then really hard.
We're still trying to chip away at this tier 2 bottom. They've definitely got the fear, though, that they're being chased and spotted. Sumail will be there with a lasso onto Hansken. And Miracle continuing his streak. The Hawk Vision does spot a TP out, and it saw Chen trying to get himself away. A successful retreat from the rest of Goonsquad. It's got to be so scary, though, when you you see one Nigma hero and you 100% know there's 4 behind him. You're like, oh god, please.
Just like screaming, running down the lane.
Get me out of here!
Help me!
Oh, Arcane Rune, not bad. So Male, glad to get his hands on that. Octarine also fully completed for your Batrider.
The faceless damage item of choice appears to be a butterfly. Definitely kind of a risky item. I think the item's always been this big dice roll of if the enemy is farming better than you or ahead in any way, or if you reveal that you're buying it, the enemy will just get an MKB and match that timing.
Click Miracle. He knows.
Yes,
like you've not even shown a component yet, have you?
No.
No.
That's not.
Miracle's already preempting.
So big brain. He just feels it. It's like this faceless void is gonna try and buy a butterfly to deal with me because he thinks I won't. Yeah, because he thinks I won't buy an MKB, but I will.
It's coming. And great spot to be in as the Radiant as well now into enemy triangle with the tier 2 bottom still to be taken. Yeah. So now you're forcing Goonsquad to either mirror your movements and play top jungle into top lane, or try and match your movements to fight into bottom lane. Like Goonsquad right now, there's so much redundancy and wasted time with 5 heroes just sitting in their base. Nigma have free reign on the rest of the map.
Yeah. They'll just TP top, and it doesn't matter because even if Goonsquad smoke up, which they have, and look for that fight, you're just gonna be able to reel it in. Also, this I think this MKB makes a lot of sense because the Dawn S4 showed that he's buying a halberd, and if he wanted to go into an Ags as well. Ooh.
Chrono Kisses and Solar Guardian onto Miracle. Dead before he can enrage your BKB. Very nice. Aqua with a double kill up top. And a minute and a half left on that timer for Roshan, which perfectly coincides with the Chrono cooldown.
Ah, silly me talking about them relocating to a fight. What if Goonsquad just take the fight to the Ursa? What a amazing catch and find having that invis. And he's got the butterfly finish now, and this is a pretty good timing, actually. Ursa is not close to having an MKB finish, especially if he wants to keep buyback, because you might have to expend that around a Roche fight.
Yeah, and Goonsquad still keep that coil ready. Kisses in about 70 seconds. Maybe lacking a bit of damage if they want to go for another move. So it's primarily about Goonsquad getting this control around the pit again. Get the ward coverage you need. Nigma going for a smoke from bottom lane though. Where are they going? They're
a
gonna
wrap around.
scout into mid. Limp has Lincoln's. Difficult hero to grab. But you do have the psychic headband though. Try and get in onto Limp. The rest of Goonsquad are here though. They're ready to battle back. Oh, you can't pop the Lincolns with psychic headband, can you?
No.
It just pushes him.
I think nothing pops anymore. Now they got rid of Fake Grenade.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Yeah.
Samel tried it though. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And they jump him. Force the BKB and the tombstone. Goonsquad toying with Nigma. But Roshan is just respawning now.
Huge. But they have no chrono for this Roche.
30 seconds. Trying to scout it with the orb. Miracle. Oh, he's nearly got it done. S4 trying to get himself in the pit, but mind control. He's going to get demolished here by the Starbreaker, and Aqua's in, snatches the Aegis. The Faceless Void grabs it under the nose of Nigma. Miracle is already enraged and BKB, getting into the back lines, but Aqua just chasing down GH. The Faceless Void aiming the two healing supports to zone them away. Gets the kill on GH, and S4, he is roared, stop the Starbreaker, mind control, allowing Miracle to chain stun the Dawnbreaker and get the damage he needed in. The turnaround from Aqua though with a chrono, gets it onto the IO and the Ursa, and down they go. GA's bought back for this, as did MC and Sumail, and they're just being shredded. Mind Control dies back, GH died back, and Batrider's the only one left out on the map for Nigma. A team fight from Goonsquad, far too strong.
They did it, Gary! They fought the Roche pit! This is Goonsquad at maximum power! Their third eye has opened, they have gone, guys, what if we simply stop Ursa from taking Aegis for free? And what a beautiful sight it is.
And what if we can now just go high ground?
I
Take
do
tier
think
threes.
that would be pretty nice.
It would be. They've got Chen creeps. He's got himself the shard, so the granite golem's there. Buffing and tanking up this Aqua Void. Samel trying to push him away.
I think a lot of teams are really struggling with Faceless Void as a hero. I think Sonic's also really struggled with it. Their two losses to Nouns in the upper bracket final was also to two Faceless Voids. This hero seems really difficult. Like Aqua being able to threaten BKBs on Batrider and Tombstones just by jumping in. Like this shard, so little gold for such impact. Being able to just pressure and give vision and do it also safely, it seems really powerful.
Yeah, right. Like it was my 10 minutes ago or so when Nigma smoked into Miracle. Oh, Miracle's hungry. I see some freebie on the Chen. Yeah, Nigma smoked into Dire Triangle and Aqua, yeah, just time walk reversed, broke the smoke, saw up high ground. He's like, okay, well, I see you. Give me the vision. Now 10k lead for Goonsquad, 1 racks ahead. And Aegis on the Void, that's got to be the biggest thing here. Like, yeah, you took it away from the Ursa, but you've also got 2 lives on Aqua now.
Definitely still think this game can go either way. We just need, I think, Nigma will slow the game down a little bit on their end. Obviously, playing into this Aegis, you have to respect it. You have to respect the team fight that Goonsquad have, and having used your buybacks on a lot of heroes, you're definitely aware that one lost fight will just lose you the game. So, high stakes. Ursa will forego having buyback of his own just to get that MKB. They really value, like, if they see a hero and they know that they can get something, they want to be able to take it. And this MKB gives them that.
As Goonsquad, they need, like, for their team fight to work, they need everyone alive. They need every damage source, every ulti at their disposal. And they're going to have to face a 5-man smoke from Nigma, jumping straight onto Hanskin. The Chrono, though, 3 caught inside the bubble, time locked up, mind control healed and relocated out. And Miracle getting off the enrage, very tanky Ursa, but he's trying to get away. Aqua bashing into him, but the bash returned in kind onto the Faceless Void. First life gone. Mind control focused down by Limp with his DD puck now, though, and he's gone for 50 with no buyback available, while GH had to relocate back into the midst of Goonsquad.
These zombies, man.
They are very irritating. I mean, another buyback from Nigma there. Kuroki returning to the battlefield. They forced a fair few ultis out of Goonsquad, but you've got to say another victory there for Goonsquad, even though they did lose that Aegis pretty quickly.
I actually really like that fight for Nigma, because I think it showed that like a way that they can win these fights. They get a 3-man chrono and try and focus one down, but as long as GH is not in the chrono, oh, what a bash!
Oh wow! Can't catch, can't catch, limp. Oh my god, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't catch the puck. I spoke too soon. The flame break, the pushback, the damage over time. Phase shift again, jaunt to the orb, and yeah, limp is fine.
Is puck real? Has anyone ever caught one with their own 2 hands to prove that puck is real?
Oh god. Unbelievable.
What a hero. I thought the nurse were really gonna actually bite his ass there, like the
travel time or the
yeah,
the
it
speed?
did not go very far before he had to jump to it. No.
I guess all right. Well, I guess
What
they've
was
got 2 of those heroes as well. Void and Puck, both incredibly difficult heroes to actually finish off.
It is very hard, yeah. But yeah, I was confident in that. He got the reload off on the heal on Beastmaster, and no one died inside the chrono. Like, you take that fight to one where there's no Aegis, and maybe Nigma just take that fight all the way. Right? They're forced to back off because they kind of use their spells and commit everything in. They get this Aegis pop, and then they have to back off because now Goonsquad have more in the tank. So just yeah, now there's no Aegis in play. It definitely could go well for Nigma. I definitely feel that this is just a completely even game.
It's going to come down to execution.
Yeah, I feel like it only gets scarier for both sides. Like this Ursa still has more room to grow. You like a Satanic where you have to not only kill him once but then kill his Satanic life too is very scary. But also a Faceless Void takes so long to scale up. It feels like you have to buy like your farming items. So he has a Midas and a Maelstrom, and then he has to go a defensive item. So you go either a BKB or a Lincoln's, and then you can start to buy damage. And he only has like the 1 real damage item right now in this butterfly. Maybe later down the line, you know, he's got a Daedalus or something.
He does have some pretty sick backup though. He's got
Yes.
10 creeps, but he's also got Hanskin who's managed to farm an Assault Cuirass.
Hell
so we've
yeah!
got Solar Crest and AC on this Snapfire, buffing up the Faceless Void.
That's what I like to hear.
I kind of want Hanskin to like transition into right click now, because he went the little Shredder attacks talent and can still go the 20 and 25 talents as well. Just buy a Daedalus at this point.
It's really good. It's really, really good. I love seeing snaps transition in that way. Okay.
Nigma though, always the ones out on the map threatening objectives.
This is such a good coordinated play. They're pressuring the high ground with the creep. Someone has to deal with this. And when someone deals with that, they take this amazing smoke fight. They're losing
Miracle.
one thing.
Smoke breaks. Miracle's the one to spot it.
Oh.
And now they start filtering back to their base. Sumail TP'd. They'll have Io return as well. It looks like S4, he's leading the charge and trying to scout out where the rest of Nigma are.
Close. I think they were probably hoping to get a ward up on the high ground cliff. Like to start the fight, but the smoke broke so early they kind of backed off. Also, I think the bat hadn't quite shown top yet. If they had, maybe they feel more confident taking that fight there. Just a little unfortunate timing on the smoke break, but the idea was very sound, and they get that to 3, which means the glyph is reset for Nigma.
Oh, the jump from Sumail. They find S4, primary target for them. If this is a fast Roche respawn, it could force S4 to be in a position where he has to buy back.
Roche wouldn't do that, right? Roche wouldn't.
Oh, he would. Absolutely, he
Roche
would.
wouldn't hate on poor S4 that way, no?
Roche hates anyone.
No! Roche hates him! Roche, horrible, horrible creature.
Who's going to scout it? Where are your Chen creeps? Where are your Hawks from Beastmaster? Everybody,
everyone's
go on.
looking at it.
Boar in the pit. The BKB's up for Miracle, but he's chronoed now, and they take down GH quickly. Miracle, this is Roche respawn time, and you're dying in the mid lane. They've got 2 buybacks, but Goonsquad, yeah, they have to. They have to use them. They know how important this Roshan is. Oh my god. Ooh. The Hawk scouts it. 20 seconds for S4. He might have to press his button as well.
Alright, both teams know this Roche is up. Tensions are high.
Nigma make the first step as always. Oh,
Wait, where's your
Goonsquad, are you
Faceless
just going
Void?
to give this up? Where is he? He's down bottom. He's farming Ancients. I mean, that's just a freebie for Nigma now. Like, okay, they bought back with Miracle and GH, but having Aegis makes up for that fact, and you've got Aghanim's Refresher over on this Mind Control Beastmaster as Limp. Oh, he's trying to catch back onto this bad, but the answer's in the back. A Hand of God and a Solar Guardian healing up Peksu, and they disarm the bear. Can't hit back into anyone, but the Relocated out by GH gives them the space they need. A takedown on Peksu with Sumail, focused by Limp. Kuroki down and Mind Control falling. Goonsquad, another victory. They'll chase GH as well. The IO does get a bit of distance, but back into Hanskin's waiting arms. And they spotted Miracle. Oh, a Chrono. Aqua just needs another time walk forward. No, he'll just throw the Chrono in there. Yeah, you've enraged yourself, but quickly surrounded by Goonsquad heroes. The horde of dire heroes here to take down the bear and Miracle. First life gone.
Alright, careful, you got 8 stacks on you.
And misses the cookie. Miracle, BKB's up. I do have to be careful of the turnaround potential here, and the catch from the stuns of Aqua. We'll take down Miracle one more time. No way the bear can fight back. And the map is in a pretty good spot. S4's pushed out mid. Bottom tier 2's open for them. And Goonsquad in a great spot to take game 1.
I thought that fight would go differently, but for a completely different reason. I was so excited. I looked at Aqua, he had bought a refresher and used it, and was quickly running to his team to connect to take a fight. I thought that fight would get turned around by the refresher, but I mean, they took an amazing fight even without the Chrono. It's just a little bit overextension by Nigma. Goonsquad able to kind of get themselves in there and just split the team apart and not really let them take the fight on their own terms. And then, yeah, getting that double Ursa kill. I mean, that was nice. Nicely done.
Yeah. Oh, superb. And Goonsquad out with DD Void up on the high ground. Sumail, he's in there. Pops the Lincolns, drags the Void back in towards MC, and another lasso. They're moved back in, but Aqua, he's raw, but he's just not dying. They've got Solar Guardian to heal him up now. He is unkillable on this Void, jumping back towards tier 4, so they've killed off another couple of Nigma heroes. Mind Control will buy back. But I don't see what they can do at this point.
The coil? Piercing